Good afternoon. How are you? Okay, can we open page 19? Page 19. If you don't have the book, I will share it on the screen and you can write with me. So when you get your book, you can write back. Okay, you can write in your copybook if you don't have the book, so you can write back. When I say write, you write. Excellent, yeah, Judy, very good. Yes, open page 19. 19. Yes, yeah, Talia.
I don't have the book.
Yes, I already said if you don't have the book, I will share it on the screen so you can look at the screen. And when I say write, you can write in your copybook. So when you get your book, you can write back. Just remember to write the page number. Okay, so you can copy it back. Okay, Yatari. So let's start. Yes, yes, Judy.
Teacher, are you sick?
Yes, I'm sick. Okay, so let's start. Before, we took multiplication as repeated addition. So when I find repeated addition equation, I can write multiplication. Then we took how to show multiplication on a number line, right? We learned how to show multiplication equation on a number line. Now we will take a new lesson, arrays and multiplication. Who remember arrays? Do you remember arrays? I can call it array if the objects are arranged in equal rows and equal columns. Again, array has equal rows and equal columns. Can you show me row with your pencils? Row, row, row. Row looks like this, okay? Sleeping like this, it's row, Yatalia, row. Row sleeping like this. What about the column? Column is standing like this. If you want to remember, I will give you a trick to remember. The word column has L standing like this. So column is standing like this. If you want to remember, column has the letter L, it's standing. So column is standing like this. Row, this is row. This is row. Like this, column, okay? So now let's start our lesson. Here, Mark put sports card in an album. He put 4 rows of cards on each page. He put 4 rows. I have 4 rows. Let's continue reading. He put 3 cards in each row. So how many cards are on each page? He wants to know the total number of cards on the page. So if I want the answer, I can use drawing. I can draw the problem. So he said he put 4 rows. Can we draw 4 rows? All of you draw with me 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I draw 4 rows, okay? 4 rows. Now, I will put 3 cards in each row, Okay, now I will draw 3 cards in each row. All of you draw with me. One, two, three. One, two, three. Excuse my drawing. One, two, three. One, two, three. So first, I draw 4 rows. Then I put 3 cards on each row. Okay, now who can give me addition equation for this array, يا أسيل? Can you give me addition equation?
3 plus 3.
3 plus 3, huh?
3 plus 3.
Excellent. I will write 3 for each row. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Now add يا أسيل. 3 plus 3.
6.
And also 3 plus 3, 6. So I have 6 plus 6.
12.
12. Excellent. Okay, now can you give me multiplication equation?
4
4.
multiply 3 equal 12.
Excellent. 4 times 3 equal 12. You know, يا أسيل, I like to read it as 4 times 3. 4 times 3 means 3 is repeated 4 times, okay? I like to read it as times, so I understand that this 3 is repeated 4 times. 4 مرات, 4 times, okay? So now we have a new rule to write multiplication equation for arrays. It is the same concept. Number of rows times how many in each row. The same concept. Equal total. So to write a multiplication equation for array, number of rows times how many in each row. It is the same concept. Number of groups times how many in each group. Number of jumps times how many in each jump. Number of rows times how many in each row. The same concept. If you want to write multiplication equation, we use the same concept. Number of groups times how many in each group. Number of rows times how many in each row. So I want you to highlight this rule. Write it and highlight it. For arrays, how to write multiplication? Number of rows first. The first factor is the number of rows times how many in each row. All of you write the rule and the equation and make the drawing. Asil, I have a last question. Can you use skip counting to find the total?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me how many cards here?
3
3. So I will write 3. Add 3 more.
plus 3
Yeah.
plus 3.
I want to write the answer. Yani 3 plus 3. Give me.
6.
Excellent. So I will skip count. I will say 3, 6. Add 3 more.
12.
One by one. 6 plus 3.
9.
9. Add the last 3.
12.
Excellent. So also I can use skip counting. I will start in skip counting. I start first. How many cards in this row? It is 3. And each time I add 3. So 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. So the skip counting will be 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay? You understand how to skip count? I
Yes.
start with the number of cards in the first row, for example. So I have 3. So I will say 3. Now add 3 more, 6. Add 3 more, 9. Add 3 more, 12, and we finished. Excellent, يا أسيل. So for array, I can use everything. I can use repeated addition. I can use skip counting, and I can write multiplication equation. If you finish writing, raise your hand so I can go down. I will give you a minute to finish. Sidra, did you finish? All finished? If you finish, raise your hand. Rafif, finish, Rafif? Okay, so let's go down. Naya and Omar Ali, open your camera, please. Okay, now he is asking me, will your answer be the same if Mark put 3 rows of 4 cards? He is asking now, I have a new problem. Is your answer will be the same if he put 3 rows of 4? So I have to draw to see. I will make 3 rows. I will draw 3 rows. All of you draw with me. 1, 2, 3. This time I have only 3 rows of 4 cards on each page. So I will put 4 cards on each row. 3 rows of 4. 3 rows of 4 means 3 rows, and in each row 4 cards. Now I will draw 4 cards on each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I made 3 rows of 4 cards. 3 rows, and in each row 4 cards. Sharif, can you give me addition equation for this array? How many cards on each row? Unmute يا شريف. How many cards in here, in this row?
4.
Excellent, 4. So I will write 4 for each row. 4 for the first row, plus. Huh?
4.
Huh?
4 plus 4 equal 8. 8 plus 4
Take your time. 8 plus 4. Huh?
12.
Excellent, 12. So here we wrote addition equation. 4 for the first row plus 4 for the second 4 plus 4 for the last row. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 equal 12. Now, Yashrif, can you give me multiplication equation? Multiplication.
Multiplication.
Yes. The rule I use is the number of rows times how many in each row. Excellent. I have 3 rows. The number of rows is 3 times how many? Huh?
4. 4 equal 12.
Excellent. So, is the answer the same here as here? Look at the answer. Here the total is 12 and here the total 12. So is it the same?
Yes.
Yes, the same. So if I make 4 rows of 3, it is the same as 3 rows of 4. So I will write yes, the same. Excellent, Yashrif. So again, I want you to study the rule very well. How can we write multiplication for array? Number of rows times how many in each row. When you finish again, raise your hand so I can go to the next page. If you finish, open page 20. All finished? I will give you a minute. Try to finish faster. Yes, ya Omar? You want to ask, ya Omar? All finished? Judy, you want to ask? What's wrong here, Judy?
Teacher, I don't understand
Which part?
this part.
All the lesson or only this problem?
No, number one, all the lesson.
Oh, how come? It is easier, Judy. I can count you before took how to count array. I don't count one by one. I count by rows, right? So how many cards in this row?
3.
So I can write repeated addition equation. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Till here, we took this before in grade 1 and in the revision. Okay? So now I have repeated addition equation. Can you write multiplication? Yes. So I give you a rule to write a multiplication equation for array. The rule is number of rows times how many in each row. So what is the number of rows here, ya Judy? This is row. How many rows?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Excellent. So I wrote number of rows is 4 times. Now, how many in each row? How many cards in each row?
3.
3. So the equation is 4 times 3 equal 12.
Okay,
Also,
teacher,
yeah.
I highlight this.
Highlight the rule. Number of rows times how many in each row equal total. This is the rule we use for arrays.
Okay, I finished. I turned to page 20.
Excellent. Okay, so now all of you open page 20. Okay, so here let's read. Dana keeps her swimming medal collection in a display on the wall. The display has 4 rows and each row has 5 medals. So how many medals are in Dana's collection? So he told you Dana put her medals in 4 rows. And in each row, she put 5 medals. Let's count how many rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. She put in 4 rows. And in each row, she put 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? We have array. Is this array? All of you respond yes or no. Is this array? Yes. Equal rows, equal columns. Yes, it's array. Now he wants me to find how many medals in all, how many medals in the collection. So I will count one by one. 1, 2, 3, no. No. I can write repeated addition equation. I can skip count, and I can write multiplication. So who can write repeated addition equation? Talia, I want repeated addition equation for this array. First, how many medals in each row?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent. I have 5 medals in each row. So I will write 5 for each row. 5 for the first row plus
5,
plus
5,
plus.
5.
Do I write plus 5 again?
No.
No, I finished. I will write 5 for each row. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equal 5 plus 5, Yatalia?
10.
And also 5 plus 5, 10. So I have 10 plus 10.
20.
20. Excellent. Now I wrote a repeated addition equation. I want you, Yatalia, to skip count. Skip count. So in this row, we said we have 5, right? So I will write 5. Now add 5 again. 5 plus 5. 10. Talia. Here,
10.
I want to skip count. So I will not say 1, 2, 3. No, I know each row has 5. So I will start with 5. I will say the first row, 5. Now I will add another 5 for the second row. So 5 plus 5, 10. So I will write here 10. Now add another 5 for the third row. 10 plus 5.
15.
15. Excellent. Now add the last 5. 15 plus 5.
20.
Excellent. 20. So my skip counting will be 5, 10, 15, 20. You understand how to skip count? I will start with the number in this row. Here I have 5, so I will write 5. Now I will skip count. I will add 5 in each time. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 5, 20. So I skip count by 5 4 times because I have 4 rows. Okay, Atalia. Now, can you give me multiplication equation? How can we write multiplication for array? Number of rows times how many in each row. So what is the number of rows here?
5.
Number of rows. How many rows?
4.
4 rows. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 rows times. How many in each row?
5.
5. So 4 times 5 equal
20.
20. Excellent, Yatali. So if you look here in part B, the counters show 4 rows. As we said, this is row. The counters show 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are rows, and it shows 5 columns. Standing is called column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I have 4 rows, 5 columns. Talia wrote addition equation. We wrote 5 for each row. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equal 20. Also, I can use skip counting. In each row, 5 medals, so I will start with 5. Then I will add 5 for the second row. It will give me 10. Add 5 again, 15. Add 5 again, 20. So I skip counting by 5. How many times? 4 times. Also, Talia gave me the multiplication equation, number of rows times number or how many in each row. Again, I want you to highlight the first factor here is the number of rows. Highlight the first factor, number of rows. All of you highlight here. This first factor is the number of rows times the second factor is how many in each row or the number in each row. So the rule we use to write multiplication for array is number of rows times how many in each row. Now I will go down. So here we want to remember this collection, this middle collection is for Dana. Okay, here is for Dana. This medal collection, the 20 medals, are for Dana. Now I have a new problem. All of you read with me. Jason, now we have a new one, is called Jason. Jason also has a swimming medal collection. His display has 5 rows with 5 medals in each row. I have a new friend, it's called Jason. He also has a swimming collection, but his collection is 5 rows with 5 medals in each row. So who has more medals, Jason or Dana? He is asking me who has more, Jason or Dana. Let's continue reading. He wants me to draw array. Draw array. Then write addition equation. Then write multiplication equation. So I have to read all the problem. He asked me a lot of questions here. He asked me to draw array, asked me to write addition equation, multiplication equation, and asked me to say who has more, Jason or Dana. So I have to answer all the questions, okay? I have to read all the problem. You can underline the questions so you don't forget. Draw array, write addition equation, multiplication equation, and write who has more, Jason or Dana. So first, I will draw the problem. He told me Jason has 5 rows. So I will draw 5 rows. I will draw here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you draw 5 rows. You can make it smaller. I am just making the drawing big so you can see. I draw 5 rows. And he told me with 5 medals in each row. I will draw star to represent the medal. You can draw circle or anything. So I will put 5 medals in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 rows, and I will put 5 medals in each row. Yahya. Now I draw the array. Now can you write addition equation?
What?
I want to write addition equation for this array. How many medals in each row?
5.
Excellent. So I will write 5 for each row. 5 plus. Give me the equation.
5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5.
Excellent. I will write 5 for each row, and I have 5 rows. So I will write 5 times. Equal. 5 plus 5.
10.
And again 5 plus 5, 10. So 10 plus 10.
10 plus 10 equal 20. 25.
Excellent. And I have extra 5, so it's 25. Now I wrote addition equation. Can you write multiplication equation?
Yes.
Okay. Number of rows times how many in each row? What is the number of rows?
5.
Times how many in each row?
5.
So 5 times 5 equal?
25.
25. Excellent. So we said here, this collection is for Jason. So yeah, Yahya, who has more, Jason or Dana? We said Dana has 20, Jason has 25. So who has
Jason.
more? Excellent, Jason. Jason has a 25, and the 25 is greater than 20. So Jason has more. Excellent, yeah, Yahya. Very good. So I want you to make the drawing, make the array, and write above it, it's for Jason. This array for Jason. I draw the array, I wrote the addition equation, I wrote the multiplication, then at the end, I told him who has more. It is Jason. Jason has 25 in all, and 25 is greater than 20. When you finish writing, raise your hand. Okay, I will tell you one thing. For me, I like to read multiplication equation as times. You know why? It will help you a lot. For example, here I have this equation. For example, this equation. You know why I like to read it as 4 times 5? Look here, 4 times 5. It means this 5 is repeated how many times? 4 times. Also, it says that I can skip count by 5 how many times? 4 times. Okay, you understand what is the meaning of times? It is repeated 4 times. Repeated 4 مرات. Okay, I like to read it as 4 times 5, not 4 multiplied 5. Why? Because it will give me the answer. It says that 5 is repeated 4 times. Or I can skip count by 5 how many times? 4 times. That's why I like to read this sign as times, okay? You understand now why I say times? 4 times 5 means 5 is repeated how many times? 4 times. Also, it means I can skip count by 5 how many times? 4 times, okay? That's it for today. We finished. All of you understand? If you have any question, raise your hand, please. Is it okay today? So I use the same concept for multiplication. Number of groups times how many in each group. Number of jumps times how many in each jump. And for arrays, number of rows times how many in each row. So it is the same concept, okay? All of you understand? All of you understand? Is it easy? Okay, excellent. See you tomorrow. Bye.